If you've been on my vlog a while, you know this story, and I don't talk about it often, but I'm going to talk about it now. So I'm doing the Swedish death cleaning. First of all, this is what I want to talk to you about. And it did come out of Sweden, and it's a way of dealing with your grief. If you're not familiar with Swedish death cleaning, typically people do it around 65, and you start doing it as you're going through the belongings of your loved ones. Okay, and we went through this with John's mom and dad, and we went through this with my dad, and then with my mom. So I've been through this with my loved ones. There are some things I cannot let go of. Okay, so I have held on to things. I have I have 2 wedding dresses, actually 3 wedding dresses, including mine. Now my daughter picked out her own wedding dress, so she didn't even use these 3. So now for our family, we have 4 wedding dresses. Okay, five wedding dresses. Okay, what do you do with that? Well, you go sell it, right? I mean, you can sell it on consignment, you can gift it, you can, but not me. I'm holding on to them. I'm holding on to these wedding dresses. Why? Because I can't let go, and I've had to work through that. What's there? Why can't I let go? And that's what the Swedish death. That's why I tackled it. Also, not only like things like that we got from our parents, but when I started my vlog, I started it because I turned 50. I'd had this health crisis, and I had lost some weight, and I thought, John's still working. I retired from my coaching practice, and what am I going to do now? I thought, I'm going to start a channel, and I'll just have a community of friends, and we'll talk about these things. That's what I was seeing out there on the platform, people just sharing their life. That wasn't it for me. So I started my channel, and 2 weeks after I 2 weeks after I started my channel, so I have 2 kids, but since the day my daughter was born, we were very close friends with someone else who had a son who was my son's age, and they all grew up together. Their family, our family, spent they were there for holidays and camping trips. The places I go to hike right now, there's a bit of a haunting there for me. But also a healing. It's a beautiful thing. And 2 weeks, so this little boy was in every picture. Like, my kids growing up spent so much time with him. He was like my son. He was like my daughter's other brother. And she actually acknowledged him at her wedding this past weekend. She had a memorial chair for him, and she refers to him as her other brother. And he passed away 2 weeks after I started my vlog. And I'm not going to go into details, but it broke our heart. It was completely unexpected. And I was vlogging every day for Vlogmas, and I said, okay, I don't know how I'm going to go on. I don't know how I'm going to go on from this. This was really, life brings us hard things, and this was a really hard thing. And I questioned everything. And part of me just wanted to shut down my vlog. We had to go attend the funeral. Even in my vlog, I think I show that we go out of town. And I later talked about this, what we were doing. But it was everything. I was grieving through my first month of starting this vlog. But I'd made a commitment, and I said, I'm gonna do this for 30 days and then decide if I want to continue. And so that's what I did. And I said, my motto was, I'm going to keep on keeping on. My mom used to say that to me all the time. Let's keep on keeping on. And she went through some really hard things. And that was our motto. We're just going to keep on keeping on. So I always say that we're going to keep on keeping on. No matter what life deals us, we can keep on keeping on and living our best life. So after he passed away, we attended the funeral. I continued vlogging, And, but now, as I'm going through my things, and I've talked about simplifying my life and going through our clutter, every picture of my kids has him in it. Because he was my other kid. I mean, he used to call me his other mom. And oh, he was such this huge spirit, and I can feel him now. And he's just so comforting and joyous. And I just see him in my mind's eye with this beautiful smile. His name was Andrew. And so if you hear me talk about Andrew, he really is like a son to us. And I'm not even going to speak for his parents, but they were at the wedding. They have been such an inspiration to us. And whatever I'm feeling, I know they're feeling it tenfold. So I can only share my part of it. So as I'm going through the Swedish Death Cleaning, as I'm like looking at how I'm going to go through my kids' pictures and how I want to organize, like we brought a bunch of stuff down from the attic, we put it in this room, and I started going through it. And in that room is Andrew's dresser, because after they all moved away, and they gave me his dresser. And I have a lot of stuff in his dresser, and every time I open it, it's there, and that's the kind of hard stuff that I'm going through. And I think back when I finally, I was so overwhelmed by the idea of going through his stuff, the pictures, all the pictures and the memories of our family. And I wasn't ready. And I'm like, I'm just going to let the kid, they can climb their butts up in the attic. I actually said that on my video. They can climb their butts up in there and get it themselves. I can't do this. But I wasn't explaining exactly the full story. So I wanted you to know the full story. And now, because of the comments I've received, and because of this past weekend, and my daughter, with how much grace and how much courage, she is a rock for me. And I'm so inspired by her. So it's inspired me to now be able to face those things. And that's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to go through this stuff. And I know it's going to be hard, but it's time. And it may take me a few years. And yeah, I'm going to be 60 this year. So I'll be 60 in just a few months. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to keep on keeping on, and I'm going to face the hard things in my life. And that's what the Swedish Death Cleaning is all about for me right now at this point in my life. So if I seem a little young to go through that, I don't think you can put an age on these things. Maybe for somebody it feels young. I have family members who have passed away in their 50s and 60s and even 40s. So at my age, I'm just grateful that I am still here. Nothing's guaranteed. And so we keep on keeping on. I think the Swedish Death Cleaning is such a healing practice. And I may come back and, I may resist it. But I'll share some of that journey with you as I move forward. But I want to keep it, I don't want to bring anybody down. We're all dealing with hard things. So I'm going to share my hard things with you. I have a few other things I might share with you coming up, but I think that's just enough for today. So that's my headspace right now around Swedish Death Cleaning. And so I welcome your comments. Please continue to leave them. I am not offended by any comment. The only time I will ever delete a comment if it's just outright mean. But I never see that in my comments. I just see a community of really wonderful people we're all doing the best we can, and we're going to keep on keeping on, right? We're going to face the times and move on, hopefully pass our wisdom on to others. And and I don't know if there's wisdom here, but wisdom comes with living. And I've been here for a while now on this planet, so I just share what comes up. So All right, guys, one more fun thing. I want to share a little fun thing at the end. My daughter, her table favors for her wedding. I might show this in a future if I talk more about the wedding. Aren't these cute? These were her table favors, little honey. Her wedding was in a place called Black Forest at Wedgwood Weddings, and a beautiful venue. And these were her table favors. Isn't that sweet? Literally, little bottle of honey was so beautiful. All right. Okay, guys. Well, that's my video today. And I hope that you're doing well. Take really good care and let's keep on keeping on.
I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you? Wanna see you smile. Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on